couple of years, I've really begun to differentiate in my mind between assessing and testing. They've come to mean two very different things for me. I assess all day long. Every kid in my room, I'm watching what they're doing. I'm looking at their actual performances, and that's giving me feedback that I can use immediately to tailor my instruction to be more effective.
I'm a pretty big fan of assessment, actually, if it drives my instruction. If I really get to know my reader, and I have an assessment that helps me know where my child is falling off the, where they're falling off the train, so to speak, that train of reading, and I can pick them up and put them back on if it's an assessment that's giving me that good information. A lot of the testing that we're seeing that will probably be approved, that doesn't give me that kind of information. The child takes a test for an hour in a computer and it gives me some scores, but I don't really know, because I'm not interacting with that child, what thinking is happening. And if I don't know that child's thinking, it's very difficult for me to tailor my instruction to that child.
The test is this outside thing that the kids go and do. There is room for that, there's a place for that in teaching right now, but it really gives bigger numbers. It gives ideas on how is the school doing, what are the trends that we're seeing. It doesn't really impact the individual instruction for the child. And that's what I really want to keep focusing on, is my assessment. How can I prove that the child knows what I say they know? How can they learn to prove that to me, so that they can then start taking control of their own learning?
When we give assessments to kids or tests, either one, we're sending a pretty strong message to our kids of what we value. That when I'm asking my kids to explain their thinking, they know immediately that I value their thinking and I value their ability to express their thinking to me. I think when you spend a lot of time, and it is time consuming, asking them to answer low-level questions that aren't especially relevant to me or to them or to their learning, I think that sends them the message that that's valuable, and that scares me.
I also am concerned about maybe the pressure that it's putting on them at this young age. I know that kindergarten through third grade is the time to help a child through any reading difficulty that they're having. But by the same token, you also can't lose so much instructional time given to assessment time, because that creates an imbalance and you're not going to get the results in the end for the child that you had hoped you would.
Not wanting to test doesn't mean that I don't want to be held accountable. Of course I want to be held accountable, but the people to whom I'm accountable are coming from the bottom up, not from the top down. I'm accountable first to the children in my classroom, and then directly to their parents, and then to the school and the school district. It goes from the bottom up, not from the top down, and that's the way assessment should be happening as well. When all the testing, or when the great amount of the testing is coming from the top down, being mandated to us, it doesn't have the right value, and it sends the wrong message, not only to the children, but also to teachers, to parents, and to the broader community at large.